I am going to be completely relocating the NHL. I have purchased the National Hockey League away from Gary Bettman on a handshake deal, and I'm going to be making some changes. First off, the regular season's being cut down to only 20 games. All 20 will matter. We will have all 32 teams being rebranded into brand new franchises. We have the Alabama Burger Boys, the Alaska Lions, the Alberta Moose, the Atlanta Generals, the Beantown Beans, the Berlin Bears, Boston Alcoholics, BBC Thunder, California Stoners, Chicago Coyotes, Fort Wayne Vikings, Halifax Boats, Italy Slices, Kansas City Wings, the Kentucky Fried Chicken, Miami Vice, Moscow Grizzlies, Nebraska Wieners, Nevada Spacemen, New Mexico Cartel Kings, the New York Chefs, Oakland Bank Robbers, Peg City Puckers, Quebec City Caxaguers, Shanghai Sharks, St. Louis Guns, Texas Coal Miners, Ukraine Eagles, Utah Mormons, the Virginia Jets, the Waterloo Riz, and the Yukon Icemen. I'm going to be taking over as the general manager of the Yukon Icemen. We are officially back, and we are in the Pekka Pasta Conference. 32 teams, only one of them can win the Stanley Cup every single season. As I said, the PHL only produces the very best. Because of the fact that I purchased the NHL and rebranded it to the PHL, I am going to be choosing to select first in my own professional hockey league. The truth is, I got way too much power, and we are going to be building a team from scratch. Every single franchise has no players, as the fantasy draft will commence. The first overall pick is the Yukon Icemen, and I am going to be proud to select none other than Connor McDavid. Now, I could go with McKinnon. He's a little bit older. Cale Makar is only 25, but I would be pretty stupid if I did not take McDavid with the first overall selection in the PHL draft. There it is. Now, we're going to select first and 32nd, I believe, in every single round. So now, this league is going to be built for offense. I'm not that confident that defensemen are going to matter that much compared to actually putting the puck in the back of the net. So I don't know if I want to take a D-man right now. We could go with a goaltender to make sure we have an elite level guy, somebody like an Ilya Sorokin. Sergei Bobrovsky's a little bit too old. Jacob Markstrom, he's on the older side too. What about Mackenzie Blackwood? He signed for only one season. He's 89 overall, 27 years of age. Honestly, I think we go with Mackenzie Blackwood. He's still decently young. He can be our starting goalie. We got back-to-back picks, and now we need a sniper to bury it alongside McDavid. It's going to be Jake Gensel, 90 overall, 29 years of age, to start out this franchise. I don't want Marshy. He's a little bit older. Drew Doughty's old as well. Brock Besser wouldn't be bad. 87 overall. He's another sniper that we can play on that top line. And then for our second pick, I think we got to take a defenseman now. So we'll go Samuel Girard on the back end. He's 26 years of age. He's an 87 overall. And the man is signed for the next 3 seasons. Jonathan Marchessault is a little bit younger than the other guys here. Mike Matheson wouldn't be bad on the back end. 87 overall. He makes 4.8 for the next 2 seasons. Zach Hyman, he's a little old at 32. I'm not taking Stammer. Philip Hronik, you know what? Hronik, as much as I shit on the guy, he's got a high cap hit, but he signed long-term, and he's an 86 overall in this game. Now, we got our starting goalie. I'm not going to worry about a backup, I think, for sure. We can rock with whoever the hell we picked. I believe it was Mackenzie Blackwood. Now, we need another forward, or do we take another D-man? How many defensemen do we have? We have 2 so far, and we have 3 forwards. It's either between Hurdle and Nugent-Hopkins, but the NMC kind of waves me away from Tomas Hurdle. So Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, welcome to UConn. You're going to be our second-line center. And now I think we can go on the back end and probably add another guy. Mike Matheson is not available anymore. Neither is Jake Wallman, so a lot of D-men got picked in this round. Ivan Provorov is only 27. He's the youngest guy here, the best young guy that's available. So I am going to take him. He signed only for 1 season, but we'll get these contracts done, hopefully. Matt Zuccarello's too old to be chosen. Colton Parayko's got a no-trade clause for 6 seasons. Got the 32nd pick. I don't even know what round we're in right now, but I do want to take a young guy. I want to have some future for this hockey franchise. We could go with David Reinbacher, but I think instead, no, Reinbacher's the guy, 74 overall. He's only 19 years of age. He can be our young guy, and then we can actually take a real legit NHL player. All these guys have no trade clauses, man. It's so annoying. I think Evan Rodriguez is our guy. He's 31, 84 overall, and he's locked up at $3 million for the next 3 seasons. Andres Lee is still available, but the man makes way too much money. No shot in hell I'm going to take that guy. Tyler Myers doesn't have a no trade clause or any movement clauses or any clause at all in his contract, so we'll select him to our decor. I do want to snag another forward. Is there any other young guys that are available? Jordan Dumais is there, but he's elite low. I don't really want to grab that. Quentin Musty is another young guy that we add to this core. He's only 70 overall with a medium elite potential, but Nick Bukestad, 83 overall, 32 years of age, 2.1 on his deal for 1 season. I think we take Kevin Hayes and just add to our forward core right now. We will need to add a backup goaltender at some point, but we should be able to get that pretty much whenever. Who are the backups that are still still available. Fleury is here. Jonathan Quick. Jake Allen is only 34. You know what? I'm going to go with Jake Allen. The man's 83 overall, 34 years old. We have back-to-back picks, and I think now I was going to take Nyquist, but he's 35, and Yanni Gord is 32. So I'll go slightly younger, slightly worse, but slightly more reliable. David Perron is still on the market. Charlie Coyle, no thank you. Jordan Stahl, I don't think I want. Not a lot of great defensemen available, but I think I'll go with Ratko Gudas. He's only signed for 2 years, so we're not going to have to worry about that contract for too long. And now I think we add a forward to this team in the form of Gustav Nyquist, 83 overall, 35 years of age. And there it is, the Yukon Icemen year number 1 roster that we picked through the fantasy draft. Honestly, our year number 1 team isn't even that bad. We got Besser, McDavid, Davo and Gensel, +5 on that top line. Evan Rodriguez will slot in nicely with Nuggy and Oliver Borkstrand. Nyquist, Bukestad, and Hayes. And then the bad part is we got a 68 and a 70 on our 4th line. Defensively, it's not too shabby. We got Gudas, Ryan Johnson at only a 77 overall. The man does have top 6 medium potential. He's only 23 years old. We got Philip Hronik with Tyler Myers, and then Ivan Provorov and Samuel Girard, and then Mackenzie Blackwood and Jake Allen as our goaltending tandem. It is time to name some captains and assistant captains. So I'm going to give Jake Gensel an A. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, I would like to have a defenseman with a letter. Samuel Girard is a Stanley Cup champion, so he will get an A. And then, of course, the captain of the team will have to be Connor McDavid. I mean, let's be honest. Who else would it be? Our head coach is going to be Salvador Giordano. Listen, don't ask. We're just going to run with it. He's got a 63% team fit. I'm not going to ask any questions. As I stated at the beginning of the video, it is a 20-game regular season, so every single game you have to at least get a point. Every game matters so much more, and it is going to be tough to make the postseason. You have to be perfect. Locked up Ivan Provorov for the next 3 seasons. All right, who the hell schedules the PHL? We've only played 1 game, while there's some teams in the league that have played up to 14 of their games already. This is insanity. I think I was the one that made the schedule, and I think I fucked up. Atlanta is the first team to lock up a playoff spot. 14 games in, they are 12-0-2, have yet to lose in regulation. That is absolutely bonkers. Now, UConn, we've only played 10 games, but we're 7-2-1. Right now, we're 8th in our conference. We just need to be in the top 8. I feel like we can comfortably do that. A first, second, and a third for Jake Wallman from the Italy Slices, and bang, the first ever trade in PHL history. At the end of the inaugural PHL season, the UConn Icemen ended up finishing second, 15-4-1, 31 points. Only Atlanta was better than us. In the entire PHL, we're the second best team, again, only behind the Atlanta Generals, so we are now a playoff team in year 1. Can we win the PHL title? Again, 20-game season. McDavid had 25 goals and 48 points, carrying us offensively. Jake Gensel had 41. Brock Besser with 32. The Nuge was pretty solid, over a point per game. Borkstrand was good when he had to be. And then Mackenzie Blackwood, only a 901 save percentage. Now, listen to me. The goaltenders are not going to be good in this. This league is built for offense. For the entire PHL, McDavid will go ahead and have the most points at 48. The most goals, though, that will be Sid. Even at the advanced age at 37, he's going to have the most at 27. Bedard was solid. The man only had 7 apples on the year, though. McDavid was up there. Leon and Matthews, pretty much all the best goal scorers in the NHL. And here is our playoff tree. We have the Peg City Puckers in round number 1. It is 4 rounds, a best of 7, only because EA did not allow me to make it single game elimination in a custom league format. So thank you for that. So here's the roster of the Peg City Puckers. They got a good number 1 centerman in Aho at a 91 overall. Ehlers and Patrick Laine on the first line with them. The depth, I think, would go to us. Defensively, though, they're definitely better. They got 3 defensemen that probably would be our best D-man in Pionk, Brett Pesce, and Victor Hedman. And then between the pipes, they got Joey Decord at an 87. We are 1 win away from winning our very first playoff series in the PHL era. Up 3-2 over Peg City. Entering the 3rd period, we got a 1-goal lead. Philip Hronik gave us that lead. I mean, you can't make it up. And then, no way, Barron is going to score on Mackenzie Blackwood? Brother, Sebastian Aho, Matthias Maselli, and all of a sudden, we are headed to a Game 7. It all comes down to this. Game 7 on home ice in UConn. We have a 4-1 lead entering the 3rd thanks to Myers, Borkstrand, and 2 from Brock Besser. I told you, man, this is a goal scorers league. If you have offense, you can win. Defense does not win championships in the PHL, as Nick Foligno is going to get one. Barron is going to make it a hockey game. What is going on, UConn? Thank you, Jake Ensel. It feels like we're damn near collapsing almost every single game. Victor Hedman makes it a 1-goal game, late stages of the 3rd period. All right, here we go. Less than a minute remaining in Game 7 of the very first round. Can the UConn Icemen move on to round 2? and keep our playoff hopes alive. That's a horrible turnover, brother. What are you doing? Why does Connor McDavid have no helmet on the ice right now? These are the poverty franchise of the NHL. Oh my God. Brendan Saad. Is that Brendan Saad in the year 2025? Not gonna lie, the Peg City jerseys are straight up trash, and that is on purpose. They are the poverty of the PHL, and right now we cannot lose to them. Nikolai Ehlers into the zone. Somehow they actually crawl back into the game. They never go away, though. Oh no. Line A out in front. Oh my God. What a save by Blackwood. Low-key, Peg City's kind of like skid marks. They just don't go away. They always stay there. They don't take up a lot of room, but they never go away. Nikolai Ehlers with less than 20 seconds to go. Brendan Saad centering it out in front. Clear the fucking puck, please. Come on, UConn. We are 13 seconds away from moving on to the second round. Can we do it? Oh no, we're gonna lose the drop. Vertrano over. Your mom's a hoe in the middle. Oh, fuck's sake. Why? Why always me? We had 13 seconds to kill, and we fucking blew it. All right, overtime it is in Game 7. I can't believe we even got here, man. I thought we had it in the bag. We had like a 4-1 lead entering the third, too, and we just completely blew it. As again, this is a goal scorer's league. Offense matters, defense, not so much. We got to clear that puck out. Provorov turning it over. Here we go. Jake Gensel the other way. Gensel is into the zone, finding Brock Besser, who fires a shot on net. Easy save by the netminder, though, as Provorov walks down Main Street. Again, can we just get a clean shot on net? Shots are 30-28 to Peg City. They have been, oh my God. Aho coming in. What a move around. I think that was Provorov that just got deked out of his socks. What are we doing, dude? Can we please just move the puck frequently? Oh my God, we're not a good puck-moving team. Ehlers takes a shot. They're just getting shot after shot after shot. Let's go full forecheck, full attack. We need something. We need some offense. What the fuck, McDavid? What is that? I didn't tell him to do that. I did not tell him to do that. 13:20 left to go. I'm literally getting pegged right now. Philip Hronek. He's going to head it up to Connor McDavid. Here we go, McDavid. McDavid, use your speed, you dumb fuck. What are you doing? Slow bastard, man. Roslovic centers the puck. Nice turnover. And here we go. Counterattack by UConn. Nugent Hopkins entering the zone over Rodriguez. Nice save by the netminder. We have some zone time. Shot again. It's a floaty one. We just cannot get a handle of it right now as we're halfway through overtime in Game 7. Frank Vetrano coming through that neutral zone, entering our zone. Good poke there by, who was that? Tyler Myers, Bambi on skates. Okay. Oliver Borkstrand, no energy. The man is gassed. Why do we have him out on the ice? Why is everybody absolutely gassed right now? Nobody has energy besides our third and fourth lines. Ratko Gudas, brother. Ratko Gudas, what are you doing? Low-key, I'm kind of getting sick of this team already. Gustav Nyquist. We got Peg City trapping up those bitches. Evan Rodriguez into the zone. Over. What the fuck is, I'm done. I'm done. I've seen it all. I've heard it all. I don't need this. I don't need to witness this fucking bullshit. And of course, I don't get the victory and we lose in round number 1. What the fuck? Shout out to the Ukraine Eagles as they swept the Peg City Puckers in the PHL final. So we did lose to the team that pretty much made it all the way. But man, what a disappointing way to go out. Up 4-1 in the third period of Game 7 and we absolutely blew it. Dear God, McDavid in 7 games had 8 goals and 21 points. Man was on a mission, but the problem is the other team, they were on a different mission, I think, to the concession stand. Esser only had 14, Gensel with 10, Nuge had 9. What about Blackwood between the pipes? McDavid is going to take home the Ted Lindsay, Art Ross, and Hart Trophy. Sid, the Maurice Richard. Quinn Hughes going to win the Norris. We got JT Miller as the Conn Smythe. Stolars for Moscow will win the Vezina, and the Selke to Nico Hischier. The Nevada Spacemen will pick first overall. We got a loaded draft class in year number 1, consisting of guys like P. Shorzy, Rick Lidstrom, Matthew Schaefer, Roger McQueen, Michael Misa, and even a guy by the name of Javon Tallender. Our first round pick from this season, and Philip Hronek for Beantown Beans, 6th overall pick. They've rejected it, but I have a feeling I can make this work. I add in some more draft picks, maybe a 3rd, 4th, and a 5th into the deal, and it should. No, they're still totally unwilling. Okay, there we go. We got it to go through, and now UConn will select 6th overall in the inaugural PHL draft, and the best guy available is the guy I wanted to go after, Javon Tallender, baby. Elite medium potential, a sniper. His weakness is character, but the man already is an 83 overall. I'm not gonna lie, Eddie Genborg is looking real juicy. He's a 2-way, elite medium potential. He's in the 2nd round, 56th overall. He's only got top 6 medium potential, but I feel like that is a guy that could potentially grow. I'm gonna try to swing for the fences here with Neil Pionk. $8 million, 5 seasons with a full NMC. It's time to name a new head coach here in UConn. We got this guy guy, Willie Wong. 5 years. I'm going to crank up his salary just to make sure that he does accept. Perks of being the owner of the league. I have infinite amount of money. $8 million, 5 seasons. Offer that contract, and hopefully he'll sign. Already off to the wrong foot. Willie Wong doesn't like the makeup of our team, but he'll do his best and deal what he's given with. Dude, just shut up and quit bitching. We lost out on the Neil Pionk sweepstakes to none other than the Waterloo Riz. What can I say? I guess the Riz caught his eye, making sure I do not lose McDavid for nothing. 13-5, 8 years with a full no movement clause. We lost out on Neil Pionk, but we picked up an older Claude Giroux on a 1-year contract. The top 6 isn't even that bad. Besser with McDavid and Gensel's nice. Again, +5. Nugent Hopkins is going to slide. Actually, I'm going to go Nuge down the middle, Giroux on the wing with Borkstrand. Tallender is going to get third line minutes at least for his rookie season. Now, I hope this guy can grow. He's got elite medium potential. He's an 83 overall. He should theoretically grow. Defensively, Wallman and Girard do fit well. We got Provorov, TVR, Myers, and then Ryan Johnson, and then Mackenzie Blackwood at an 89. A bad start to the season in the PHL could mean you miss the postseason. There's only 20 games. Every single one of them you have to have. We're at the deadline. We have basically the same record as last season, 12-6-1. We're going to trade for Joel Hofer from the Chicago Coyotes for a first-round draft pick. Bang! Consider it a done deal. Jonas Brodin from the Berlin Bears for Tyler Myers, a 3rd, 4th, and a 2029 first-round pick. They have still rejected. Maybe I add a little bit of value to this trade in the form of another 3rd-round pick into it. This is not good at all. We only have 1 game left in the regular season after the trade deadline. It's probably going to have to be a must-win, considering the fact we have not yet clinched a playoff spot. Heading into our final game, 12-6-1, we got to get the victory. I think if we do end up winning, we should be able to clinch a playoff berth. First period, 1-1 tie. Second period, we go up 2-1, and thankfully, the Yukon Icemen will win 5-3. Yukon at the end of year number 2 were the 3 seed in the PECA Conference. We went 13-6-1, and I was right. That final win in the regular season clinched us a spot. Only Alberta and New York was better in our conference, and we would be a top 4 team in the entire PHL as the St. Louis Guns went 16-3-1. McDavid had 18 goals, 18 apples for 36 points in only 20 games. Jake Gensel was solid with 32. Claude Giroux, definitely a good pickup in free agency. Girard produced on the back end. Nuge had 19. There it is, 14-goal regular season by Javon. He should be able to absolutely flourish now. And Mackenzie Blackwood, that's back-to-back seasons of not having a great save percentage. Leon Draisaitl is going to have the most points in the PHL at 36, and the most goals will go to Connor Bedard, who had 25. Can somebody please introduce the idea of passing the puck to Connor Bedard? The guy's not getting even 10 apples on the season. Damn, Lucas Dostal probably going to win the Vezina. The man went 16-1-1 with 2 shutouts and a .921 save percentage. As we are going to play the Fort Wayne Vikings in round number 1. They got some studs on this team. Kirill Kaprizov is a 95 overall. Andrei Svechnikov is a 91. The rest of their forward core isn't good at all. Outside of Owen Power, they don't have much defensively, although Mintyukov can be good in a few seasons, and Yaroslav Askarov isn't a bad starting goalie. Basically, same spot as last season, up 3-2 in Game 6. We got embarrassed. So let's try to finish this series out in 6 games, shall we? We got a 3-1 lead entering the 3rd, and there we go. Yukon is headed to the 2nd round. I mean, it only took us 2 seasons to do that. We move on to play the Alberta Moose in the 2nd round. I'm not gonna lie, we might be cooked. Kopitar, Point, and Jason Robertson on their top line. They got Drew in alongside Stammer and Brian Rust. Defensively, Devon Taves, Gustav Forsling, they're definitely better defensively. And then in goal, they probably match our goaltending output. I am very nervous for this playoff series. Listen, the EA Sim engine is completely random. We just swept that team in 4 games. Did not lose a single game. Move on to the 3rd round of the playoffs to play the Moscow Grizzlies. Jimmy Stu is their number 1 centerman. They got Patrick Kane on the wing. Philip Forsberg's not bad. Gino's a little bit old. I'm not really that impressed with their roster. Defensively, though, they got Miro Heiskanen, Esa Lindell, Shane Gostisbehere, and Alex Pietrangelo all in the top 4. And then an 88 overall, Anthony Stolars, who won the Vezina Trophy last season. Here we go, facing elimination in Game 6. 3-1 lead after 1. That's how you like to see it. 4-1 after 2, and we have forced a game number 7. Here we go, Game 7. The winner will move on to the PHL Finals. The bad news is we are down 3-1 in the 3rd period. No way way we actually got back in this series just to lose in another Game 7 fashion. I don't get it, man. UConn was so clutch in my other... There it is. Seal the deal, Philip Forsberg. The final nail in the coffin as the UConn Icemen are going to lose in Game 7 of the conference finals. Shout out to Moscow. They go all the way after beating us, and they win the PHL title, beating Nevada in 6 games in the finals. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins was our best forward in the playoffs. McDavid, you got to wake up, buddy. 10 goals and 23 points in 17 games ain't going to cut it. Giroux was solid. Gensel was decent. Like, our offense showed up from time to time, and even Mackenzie Blackwood was good. The man had 2 shutouts and a .922 save percentage in a goal scorers league. Matthews to Lindsay, Bedard to Maurice Richard, Art Ross will go to Leon, as well as the Hart. We got the Norris to Devon Taves, Conn Smythe to Timmy Stu, Lucas Dostal is going to take home the Vezina, and the Selke to Leon Draisaitl. A first, 5th, 6th, 3rd, and a 4th for the 3rd overall from this season. They still rejected. The trade value is just not up to par. Let's go a 2027 second rounder into the trade. We got our 1st, 2nd, and a 3rd, Mackenzie Blackwood for Mason Marchment, and the 3rd overall pick from the Ukraine Eagles. It is a done deal. We will see you out on the ice. This is a loaded draft class. That's why I wanted to get 3rd overall, and they wanted to get rid of the 3rd overall pick, so Gavin McKenna goes to the Stoners, and we get the Kansas City Wings taking Neil Nelson. And now we could potentially take Pekka Pasta, maybe Daniel Saibu, but I think it's a pretty easy choice, an easy decision to make. Le Pekka Pasta, 94 overall, franchise high. Taking another swing on a big name free agent, Jack Eichel, 94 overall, wants a 2-year contract with a full no movement clause. I think I'm going to up the salary a little bit more. 11.5, 2 years with a full no movement clause, and he accepts my offer on the spot. Welcome to the new look UConn Icemen. Still have Gensel and McDavid on the top line, but slot in a 94 overall Jack Eichel. Besser will go with Nuge and Tallender, and then we got Mason Marchment, Yanni Gordon, Oliver Borkstrand as our 3rd line, Dadonov, Rodriguez, and Mantha to round out the forward core. Offensively, it will be Gerard, Wallman, TVR with Provorov, and then Ryan Johnson and Tyler Myers. Definitely a risky signing for David Reinbacher. The dude's still young, though. He's 21, 82 overall with elite medium potential, 4.875, 6 seasons with an NMC in year number 6. Consider that a done deal. A 1st and a 3rd for Martin Ferivari from the Quebec City Les Caxaguers. There's not too much deliberate about this deal. We just picked up a defenseman for our playoff run. That decor is as good as it's ever been. Gerard and Ferivari, Reinbacher with Wallman, and then Provorov and TVR, and not to mention 94 overall starting goaltender. A 16-3-1 record will lead us to the top of the Pekka Conference for the first time in the PHL season. Nevada was the only team better than us. They had the same amount of points, same amount of wins. I don't know what the tiebreaker was, but they definitely beat us there. God damn, McDavid was a man on a mission. 29 goals, 57 points, and only 20 games. Jack Eichel had 45, Gensel at 43, Nuge had 22. We got Pekka Pasta going 13-3-1 with 1 shutout, and honestly, pretty terrible stats. I mean, the man did have an .884 save percentage. McDavid's going to set a PHL record, the most points ever in a single season at 57, and he's also going to have the most goals ever at 29. Round 1 will start up yet again, and we got the Alberta Moose. Yes, we have played them before. They still got Robo and Point on that top line. I think overall we're a little bit better. Defensively, they might have a slight edge, or maybe it might even be a tie, and then we by far and away have the better goaltender. We fell down 2-0, but luckily we rallied off 4 straight, and we're moving on yet again, as we are going to play the Atlanta Generals in round number 2. Sid still doing his thing on Atlanta, 92 overall, 39 years old. I mean, I gotta be honest, the forward core isn't great. Defensively, they're not great either, and in goal, they got a great goaltender in a 94 overall, Andrei Vasilevsky. Also, shout out to the greatest American-born goaltender ever, in Johnny on the spot quick. Gotta be honest, the UConn Icemen are an absolute wagon. A 5-game quick series against Atlanta, and now the Beantown Beans, who honestly have a great roster. Konechny, McKinnon, Benson on the top line, Jason Dickinson alongside a young Logan Cooley and Timo Meyer. 3rd and 4th line, I think we have them covered. Defensively, I think we're a little bit better. And we have a massive advantage in goal because their starting goalie is only an 86 overall. We have a shot at going to the PHL final. Season on the line for the Berlin. This is not Berlin. This is Beantown. The Beantown Beans. Season on the line. First period, 1-0 lead. Second period, they go up 2-0. I'm not going to lie. This has Game 7 written all over it. Brock Besser on the power play will strike. We'll get back to within one. Another power play. Yes, Ryan Nugent-Hopkins will tie the game up. Can the offense of the Yukon Icemen strike yet again and take us to the PHL Finals? I think we're going to have overtime. All right, overtime it is here in Beantown against the Beans. It is all knotted up at what? 2 apiece with a PHL berth potentially on the line for the Yukon Icemen for the first time in their franchise history, at least in this universe. Filip Hronek sends it off to Travis Konecny, but McDavid gets it. Here we go. McDavid and Fehérváry the other way. Finds Jack Eichel. Eichel finding Gensel over McDavid. Why? Why is McDavid taking a floaty backhand? We got an offensive zone draw. 17:47 left to go here in OT. McDavid snaps it back. Oh my God. Martin Fehérváry, what the fuck was that? Konecny all alone. Mohawk, nice save by Pekka Pasta. That could have been an absolute disaster. I might have to trade Martin Fehérváry in the offseason. If the man's going to be pulling off tricks like that and throwing pizzas up the middle like a goddamn pizza delivery driver, it just can't be happening here. Eichel gives up to Gensel. Jakey coming in the zone. Jake Gensel gets by his... Oh my God, get there. Eichel on the backhand. That's going to be an easy save. Here come the Beantown Beans the other way. Timo Meier gets knocked off the puck. David Reinbacher picks it up. Following Javon Tallender. Nuge, get in there. That's interference, ref. Zebra, stripes. You got to call it. Timo Meier again. Entering the zone. Gets laid the fuck out by Jake Wallman. You love to see it. Wallman skate. Go, Jake. 2-on-1 forming. Wallman in. Wallman finds Besser. Can't get a clean shot on net. Here we go, baby. I got my top line out there. They're rested. They're ready to go. And we got to get a game winner. 37 shots on net so far. We lose the draw. McDavid, what are you doing? But nice steal by Gensel. Jake over McDavid. And Sebastian Casa will flash the leather. 10:41 left to go here in OT. McDavid wins it back. Back to Martin Fehérváry. To Eichel. Nice save by Casa again. Back to the blue line. Shot by Girard. Rebound. Out in front, McDavid takes a shot, tip, no way, Casa has no energy, and they're going to clear the zone. Ginla dumps it in deep. Oh my God, McDavid to Eichel. Eichel, why are you trying to one-hand tuck in overtime? Just bury the goddamn puck. Harvey Bernard, back to the point. Girard takes a shot, rings it off the post. McDavid again, down low. He's going to lose it, though. What is it going to take to just score a game-winning goal? Here we go. We got 3-on-1. Gensel takes a shot off the bar again. Can nobody bury the puck? Like, we have great talent on our team, and it seems like nobody can buy us a goal right now. Ginla dumping Chase Hockey again. Javon, why are you taking a backhander, dude? Just better shots here, Yukon. That's all we have to do, Jonas Brodin. The man I try to go after at the deadline. Finding McKinnon in the middle. Pekka Pasta, though, will make that save. 1:40 left to go here in OT. You guys know the rules. 1 overtime, and then I'm the hell out of here. Mason Marchment leading the rush. Marchment takes a shot. Save. Borkstrand has it, though. Oliver Borkstrand out in front to absolutely nobody. Horrible change. McKinnon all alone in the breakaway. McKinnon will bury it. I don't fucking believe it. Nathan McKinnon has won it for the Beantown Beans, and they have forced a Game 7. We've been here before, and we have lost. Can we get it done in a Game 7 to move on to the Cup Finals? First period, 2-0 lead. Yanni Gordon, Jake Gensel. Second period, 3-0 lead. Bro, there's no way we fucking sold in the third period. Dickinson, Mercer, and Benson. What on earth? I don't know how we're here, but nonetheless, overtime yet again on home ice to win the game, to win this series, and to go to the PHL Finals. McDavid, I need something. Overshot, doesn't even get on net. You got to get there, Jack Eichel. 19 minutes to go. Tons of time here in overtime. We got an offensive zone draw that Connor McDavid does not win. He gets the puck, though. McDavid over Eichel. Rebound. Why does nobody want to shoot on their forehand? All the computers just want to rip a backhander on net. I don't understand it. McKinnon, he wants to shoot forehand. Martin Fehérváry up to McDavid. Here we go. Connor over to Ike. Like, what the fuck is that? The madness is returning. If we lose in overtime, I'm going to be so insanely pissed. Samuel Girard finds Eichel over McDavid. McDavid walking in, and he cannot bury it. A 99 overall. Had the highest goals. McDavid again. Shoot, somebody, please. If a 99 overall couldn't do it, how can anybody do it at this point? Jason Dickinson finds Logan Cooley. He turns it over, though. Girard will go D to D. Almost halfway through overtime. Nugent-Hopkins turning the puck over. I don't like those turnovers. Besser over to Nuge. Nuge can't get a shot on net. Nobody wants to shoot the puck. Nobody at all. Nice. We got 2-on-1 action there on the wall. Can we please grab that puck? We need to. Wallander, get on his ass. Get on Wallander's ass right the hell now. Javon, buddy, what are you doing? Getting knocked off the puck like a goddamn child. I just want a goal. Oh my God, we almost had a breakaway there. TJ Ginla, though, on the counterattack. He's going to lose the puck. Borkstrand, fire that puck up, buddy. Here we go. Yukon Iceman with a head of steam in front of them. Borkstrand. Oh my God, who was that? Out in front, Mason Marchment. Back to the blue line. David Reinbacker, D to D. Wallman tees it up, and there it is. Mason Marchment will tip it in, and he will send the Yukon Icemen to the PHL Finals. It will be the St. Louis Guns in the PHL Finals. Can Yukon finally get it done? I mean, obviously, they're going to be good if they're in the finals. We got Pedersen, Bedard, and Stone on the top line. That's very good. Will Cooley with Shane Pinto and Owen Tippett. I think outside of the first line, their first line definitely can match ours. The rest of the forward core definitely goes to us. We got a way better D core, and then Lucas Dostal is a 90 overall. One win away from Lord Stanley, the PHL title. Game 4 in St. Louis. Can we get it done? The cup is in the building. First period, we're down by 1. Second period, we respond. Reinbacker, McDavid, and McDavid again. Holding on to a multi-goal lead. Pekka Pasta, come on now. Mark Stone gets one. Oh my God, a rookie in Pekka Pasta is not ready for the bright lights. Not yet. Really? Are we really going to blow a 3-1 lead? Owen Tippett, what the hell is going on right now? 7 minutes to go in the third period. We need one to tie it up. I mean, I would like to win it on home ice. We're not going to be able to get it done in St. Louis as they... Oh my God, TVR with 20 seconds to go. Here we go. Overtime with the PHL title on the line. The Pasta Cup, Stanley Cup, whatever cup you want to call it. Let's see if we can get it done in St. Louis on the road. Now, I know the overtimes definitely have been getting a little bit tedious, and watching the computer AI for too long definitely doesn't help my mental health. I'm praying either way we get a very quick OT winner. Oh my God, what a bomb. Was that Victor Hedman from the blue line? Go, McDavid. You got some... Why is McDavid just stopping skating? He's got to stop skating. Oh, Eichel rips one, but Lucas Dostal. St. Louis fighting for their lives, fighting to not be swept. Bedard is going to win a draw against Connor McDavid. I don't believe it. Uh-oh. Mark Stone the other way. He enters the zone. Stone losing the puck. Elias Pettersson, the soft-ass super Swede. Can't get shit done in the regular season. Can't get anything done in the postseason. Art Faravari. Here we go. Counterattack. McDavid in the middle. McDavid for the win. He can't do it. A hat trick for the win would be lethal. Back. Gerard. Wallander. Javon. Come on, Dollander. We win the draw. Back to the blue line. Go D to D. Shot. Tip. Oh my God, Javon. Can you bury it? Shots are 37-29 for UConn, but it does not matter. We're all tied up. Back to the point. We got full pressure. Bombs away. Wallman again. Takes another shot. Rebound. Somebody again just fired on net. The goalie's flopping around like a fish. Javon, get it out. Oh no, it looks like St. Louis is going to get that puck out. Will Cooley. Goes cross-ice to Zub, all the way up to Owen Tippett. Tippett, in, shot, doesn't make a save. 9 minutes to go. Tippett, over to Cooley. Cooley turns it over, and here come the Icemen the other way. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, over, Javon, centers it, and there it is, baby! Brock Besser, golden goal, and the Yukon Icemen will win the PHL Championship. A 4-game sweep in the finals against the St. Louis Guns, and it only took us 3 years to reach the top of the PHL, baby. 20-game regular season, 4 rounds of the playoffs, top 8 of each conference make it in, and there is only 1 champion per season, as Yukon will be for this year. We eating good tonight, baby. Yes, sir. McDavid's going to win the Conn Smythe Trophy. The guy had 16 goals and 30 points in the postseason. We win it on the road here in St. Louis. I pray we make it out alive. And I personally get to see Connor McDavid in a Yukon Icemen sweater raise Lord Stanley as we are the champions of the Pasta Hockey League. McDavid just had the single best season in PHL history. The Lindsay, the Maurice Richard, the Art Ross, the Hart Trophy. Cale Makar is going to take home the Norris. The Conn Smythe also will go to Connor. We got Devin Levi winning his first ever Vezina, and Nico Hischier will take home the Selke. Fresh off of a Stanley Cup, we got the Oakland Bank Robbers. They're going to pick first overall. We, of course, are going to be 32nd considering we won Lord Stanley. The PHL title, I can't even lie, was sweet, but I want to go for more. It all begins on draft night. I think I'm going to take Brock Cripps, the guy's medium elite potential defensive defenseman. I don't have too many defenseman prospects. No big deal. I mean, Jack Eichel's contract is coming up at the end of next season. We got him for 1 more year. Ivan Provorov, thank God his contract is coming off the books. But I mean, pretty much everybody else on the roster already is locked up, or I do not want them to return. Now, the fact that Jack Eichel's contract comes off the books next season, there most likely is going to be a big fish in free agency, and we are going to have a ton of cap space to spend. But defending our title, $2.5 million in cap space is not a whole lot to work with. Trouble in paradise might be brewing. I mean, Ryan Nugent-Hopkins already is declining. The man's 34 years old, 82 overall. I'm pretty sure he's locked up for at least 2 more seasons at 5-1, which honestly at an 82 is not a great contract. Luckily, we still got a 99 overall McDavid, Eichel, and Gensel on that top line. Mason Marchment, the Stanley Cup winning goal by him. He's definitely cemented himself as a legend here in UConn. Brock Besser still an 87. This roster honestly could go back to back. And of course, I was right about this Javon Tallender guy. The guy's growing insanely slow. He's up to an 85, which is good. But at this rate, I'd probably predict him to be like an 88, 90 overall. Doesn't really simulate that well. Defensively, Provorov, Girard, pretty much the same exact decor that won us our Stanley Cup, and Lepeka Pasta between the pipe. Oh yeah, we also re-signed Joel Hofer for a very cheap contract, basically league minimum, despite the fact that the dude is an 86 overall netminder. He didn't want any money. It's not me lowballing him, not me scamming him. The man did not want to get paid. Dog, the PHL negotiations are way easier than the NHL. I can pretty much go ahead and lowball Jack Eichel. The man was making $11 million on a 3-year contract, and now in turn, he is going to be making 6.5 over the next 3 seasons with a full no movement clause. That is, unless he obviously declines my offer, but I have a feeling this man will re-sign in UConn. I've just been basically cooking up these bullshit ass offers to my players right now. $2.8 million over the next 4 years with a no movement clause in there. Ivan Provorov, you just got scammed. Willie Wong, brother, I want to go back to back. That is my season goal. Agree with it or get the hell out of here, essentially. And there it is. Jack Eichel also gets lowballed offered by GM Pasta, by Commissioner Pasta. Basically, I told the guy if he doesn't accept my offer, I will boot him out of my league. This regular season is tough, man. We start out 1-1. We got to get every victory because there is only 20 games in the regular season. We got to be on our P's and Q's from day one. I hate when the game puts my players on the trading block. Why is Wally on the trading block right now? Wallman is safe as a goddamn bird. I'm not even gonna lie. A first-round pick for Jackson Lacombe from the Berlin Bears, and they will accept my offer. PHL is way easier than the NHL. Unfortunately, the bad news is Ryan Johnson does have to come out. If we do want to throw in Jackson Lacombe at an 86 overall, we got a stellar defense core that is looking primed and poised to go back-to-back. Ever since we started out 4-3, it has been good night Jim Kite. 13-3-3 record. The UConn Icemen are an absolute wagon. Top of the Pekka Conference for back-to-back seasons, 13-4-3, 29 points on the year, and for the first time ever, the UConn Icemen are the President's Trophy winning team as the best PHL team there is, and the best there ever will be. McDavid is just so dominant. 24 goals, 46 points in only 20 games. Jack Eichel had 27. Definitely worth that new contract at $6.7 million instead of 11.5. Brock Besser had only 7 goals, but 26 points. Nuge was pretty good, despite the fact that it is very clear that he's declining. Tallender, Javon, my boy, 11 goals, 23 points in 20 games. I mean, the man's over a point per game. I can't be mad. And then Pekka Pasta, 9-10 save percentage and a record of 12-3-3. Yet again, McDavid will have the most points at 46. The most goals will go to P. Shoresy. The man has arrived, 28 in the regular season. On the Nevada Spaceman, he's already a 94 overall. McDavid might have some company. UConn is going to play the Chicago Coyotes in round number 1. We got Chicago, the Coyotes, in the very first round. Definitely a tough matchup considering they got the duplicate McDavid, 99 overall as well. Cole Caulfield on that top line. Top to bottom, though, their forward core doesn't even sniff our jockstrap. Defensively, I think we're a lot better. And in goal, we have the very clear edge because UC Saros is only an 86. We have a very clear edge with Lepeka Pasta. UC Saros, respectable in his own right, is only an 86 overall. That series was not even remotely close. 4-game sweep. We pretty much dominated them in every game besides game 2. We now face the Peg City Puckers. If you do remember, they eliminated us in that faithful Game 7 many years ago. Actually, it was probably only like 2 years ago. But this season, we're just built different. We lose Game 3 after going up 2-0. Peg City is making it a competition. Yet again, we got to go to a Game 7 with Peg City. Unbelievable. This team just sticks around like the skid mark in your underwear. First period, 1-0 lead. Shane Pinto will score on Pekka Pass. The second period, we do respond. Tallender and then 2 by Connor McDavid. I just need a solid third from Pekka Pasta, and we are moving on to round 3. Peg City on the power power play. They don't get anything on it. UConn now can't strike on their power play. Back and forth, the Zebras were handing out calls, but it's not going to matter. The UConn Icemen are moving on to face the Halifax Boats, who honestly don't have much outside of a 92 overall. Artemi Panarin. Forward core looking pretty rough. Defensively, they got Matthew Schaefer, who's still very young. He's only an 86. Thomas Harley is nice. And Dustin Wolf at a 92 is the best goaltender I think I've ever faced outside of Vasilevsky so far in the PHL. They do have a goaltender, but again, the PHL is run. They do have a goalie, but again, the PHL is run by offense. If you can score, you can win, and if you can win, you can make a lot of money. Well, I guess we couldn't score, we couldn't defend, and we couldn't win a single game over the Halifax Boats. Of course, Connor was good. He was their best player, 12 goals, 34 points in only 15 games. Eichel was decent. I mean, 19 and 15 isn't horrible. Javon definitely produced, had 5 goals. Brock Besser, 13 points. Was it Pekka Pasta that faltered? I mean, a 909 is pretty similar to what he had in the regular season. I guess we were just not good enough. Shout out to the Shanghai Sharks going all the way and beating the Halifax Boats in a Game 7 scenario to win the PHL Finals. Luckily, we don't have to sign any of our best players outside of Jackson Lacombe, who does not want an extension. Brother, you better sign or we're going to have some issues. 3.2, 2 seasons? Hold up a minute. Let me cook. Let me get this guy at dirt cheap. $2.7 million for the next 2 seasons. Joel Hofer is going to stick around for yet again another season. $4.7 million is not a lot of money to work with in free agency. I'm just trying to improve this team. I think it's our forward core. If we were to improve everything defensively, I think we can't really do anything to our D core. $2.8 million on a 1-year contract. We can give the man a no movement clause just to lower the AAV a little bit. 2.6, 1 season, and he is going to accept my offer. We are definitely hurting in the second line center position. Ross Colton, I guess, is now our guy at an 84 alongside Javon and Brock Besser. We still got that lethal top line, although Jakey boy, 33 years old, down to an 88. Nuge's contract will come off the books this season. Defensively, we're great. And in goal, we are just fine with Pekka Pasta at a 94. Do I even want to re-sign Jake Wallman? The man's 32, not getting any younger. We could give him a clause in his contract and get him at pretty much dirt cheap. I don't know. I feel like I've been lowballing pretty much every single player on this roster from the start of the video. There ain't no goddamn way this man accepted that offer. Thankfully, we did make the postseason. We were a 3 seed going 13, 5, and 2, 28 points. Only New York and Atlanta in our conference was better. The entire NHL makes it clear that we have the superior conference between the two. We are a top 4 team in the league, but a top 3 team in our conference. McDavid just putting up monster year after monster year. 22 goals, 44 points. Jack Eichel had 32 and 18 goals. That man was on a mission on his new payroll. Jake Gensel had 26, Besser 19, but he was a -4. Javon didn't have that great of a year from being real. And Pekka Pasta, I need you to play a little bit better than that, bud. A 901, really? Nikita Kucherov had the most points in the NHL, not Connor McDavid this season. He had 46, and P. Shorzy had the most goals, well, technically tied alongside Cooch. They both had 26. We're going to play the California Stoners in round number 1. That's a great top line. Kachuk, McKenna, and Mishkov, 90, 91, and 93. They got Spence at an 85. Their top 6 isn't horrible. They got good center depth also, much better than we do. Defensively, I think we have them covered. And in goal, Devin Levi, 91 overall. He has the single season win record for goaltenders at 14. I don't even know my own records to my own league. They got completely ran over, chewed up, and spit out, and now we play the Beantown Beans, a team that I believe has beaten us before. It's always the poverty teams that get us, man. It really is. Facing elimination on the road in game number 6. I mean, it doesn't get any tougher than this. First period, down by 1, Timo Meyer and Thomas Chabot for Beantown. Second period, it is a multi-goal deficit, as UConn's chances of winning honestly doesn't look too great. We only scored 2 goals so far in the game. It seems like ever since our Stanley Cup win, the offense has completely vanished. Nuge gets us going. Probably his last season here, but Timo Meyer will seal the deal on Pekka Pasta, and we are going to end up being a second round exit. McDavid honestly seems like he's slowing down at this point. He is 32, still great at a 99, but the man only had 8 goals and 16 points in 11 games. Eichel wasn't great. Gensel was decent for, I guess, his overall now, and Pekka Pasta on fire, 916 save percentage. As the Italy Slices get it done, the PHL champions. Looks like everybody's locked up outside of Ross Colton and Mason Marchment. I'm most likely going to let both of them walk. I don't want to re-sign these guys. I'm sad to see the Nuge go. No, 36 years old, only an 81. He doesn't want an extension, and don't worry, brother, I don't want to give you one either. Snagging Miro Heiskanen for 1 season honestly sounds like a great idea. Already wants to sign here, and the man is a 92. So I'm going to offer him that contract and see what he decides on doing. Dorofeyev is a nice depth guy that we can add to the UConn Icemen. 2.7, 1 season. Pretty fair offer if I do say so myself. No, Miro Heiskanen rejected and went with the St. Louis Guns. I can't even lie. This team definitely is a far cry of what we used to be. I think I'm going to throw Eichel down on the second line. He's only a 93 now. Javon, my boy, moving up to that top line with Gensel and McDavid. Yanni Gord isn't great, so Quentin Musty is going to replace him. Our third and fourth lines aren't as good as they used to be. Why is Dorofeyev rotting away as our fourth line winger? Defensively, though, we're still great, but obviously defense does not win championships in this league. I guess Javon Tallender does want to get paid. What Canelo said that time.
Payday, payday. He wants the payday.
Ever since we won the PHL finals, man, it has been a downhill slide. We've gotten worse pretty much every single season. We haven't even got back to the PHL finals. And right now our roster kind of looks like it's in no man's land. We essentially have stacked on solid season after solid season. 16-4-0 is our record, 32 points at the top of the PECA conference. And we are back to being the best team in the entire PHL. McDavid had a great year, 47 points, 18 goals in 20 games. Javon has finally exploded, 18 goals and 34 points. Holy pause. Jack Eichel had 30, Gensel 30, Besser. This is probably their best offensive season of the entire video, if I do say so. Pekka Pasta was okay, but offensively, man, we had a lot of guys in like 20, 30 points. 5 guys over 25 plus points in the regular season, and we only played 20 games. Most points in the league at 47, and the most goals will go to Tommy Egg Matthews, who had 27 himself. Most points in the PHL at 47, and Matthews had the most goals at 27. We got Oakland, round number 1, the 1 versus 8 seed, considering we were the number 1 seed in the entire PHL this season. 4-game sweep, and then we faced the California Stoners. A lot of these teams we're starting to build a rivalry with at this point. We've met them multiple times in the playoffs. We've beaten them, they've beaten us, but we are going back to the conference finals as we start out the postseason 8-1, and we face our best challenge so far. The Generals used to not be a joke, but now, honestly, it seems like they kind of regressed as well. They picked up Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. The man is only a 78 overall. They don't have jack shit defensively. And in goal, Samuel Montembeault. Starting goalie at 84 is god-awful, I'm not gonna lie. We have literally steamrolled our way to the PHL finals. We get the Nevada Spacemen, best of 7 to win the Pasta Cup. We obviously know they got P. Shorzy on their team, 94 overall. Matty Beniers is an 88. Mitch Marner at a 94. That is a lethal top line. You have the two-way playmaker and the sniper. Defensively, McAvoy is nice. Jones is a little bit older. The rest of the decor isn't even that great. Jesper Wallstedt at an 89 is serviceable. I'm not going to say they have the edge over Pekka Pasta. This is going to be a very tough series. Our backs are against the wall, down 3-2 in Game 6 in Nevada. The cup is in the building, and we got to show up. We're down by 1. Mitch Marner gets them going. Second period, they still lead by 1. We got to try to pull a rabbit out of a hat right now. That's all we have to do. Outshooting them 30-25, and there we go. Javon will tie the game up at 3. Please, Pekka Pasta, show up and show out. No way P. Shorzy gets one on Pasta. Late stages of the third period. Second goal to Ridley Gregg. We might be cooked. I don't know if I want to believe a comeback is possible or maybe just pack it in and call it a day. We're down by 2. 2 minutes to go in the third period. Probably going to have to pull our goalie pretty shortly here. Javon centering it. Jake Gensel. No! Jesper Wallstedt's going to make the save. That literally might have been it. McDavid leading the playoffs in scoring. The man has 37 points, literally carrying our team. But can he carry us to a tie game here in the third? Come on, get on there. Centering it out in front again. Wallstedt is just robbing us left, right, and center. I feel like I've been robbed blind, honestly, by Helen Keller. 47 seconds to go. As soon as I get the opportunity, I'm going to pull my goalie. David Reinbacher, what are you doing, bro? Let's move the puck up. Let's get some north-south action, please. No, Shorzy hands it off to Marner. He can't stick an empty netter. All right, pull the goalie again. Jake Gensel entering the zone. Gensel waiting, finding McDavid in the slot, and Wallstedt will cover it up. Empty net, late stages of the third period, only 28 seconds to go. I mean, we got to get a quick one if we want to come back in this game. JJ Moser, he goes D to D. Charlie McAvoy Up to Mitch Marner. 20 seconds remain in the hockey game. We have an empty net. Eichel hands it off to Gensel. Gensel over. McJesus, come on! Connor, bury the puck! No, this is not going our way. Sadly, we won't be able to get it done as the Nevada Spacemen beat us in 6 games in the PHL Finals. We were so close to ring number 2, our second past the cup, and we just couldn't get it done. Maybe we ran out of steam. I don't know. Maybe they just had a better team. I thought the magic was brewing, but unfortunately, we would end up losing. The worst thing of all, seeing P. Shoresy be the Conn Smythe winner. 16 goals, 31 points. McDavid was better! The streets will never forget Connor McDavid's insane run. 15 goals, 37 points. I don't even think it's his best playoff run. Well, actually, I know it's not his best playoff run considering he had 42 in 25 games, but still, 37 points in only 19 games and 15 of them being goals. Jack Eichel definitely stepped up. Gensel was good. Besser was okay. He had 11 goals. Javon had 14. And we had a solid goalie in Pekka Pasta between the pipes. He did his job. We just didn't have the heart like the Nevada Spacemen. The Ted Lindsay is going to go to Connor McDavid. Austin Matthews, the Maurice Richard, Art Ross to Connor, and the Hart Trophy. We got Cale Makar winning the Norris, the Conn Smythe, of course, to P. Shoresy. Spencer Knight will win the Vezina, and the Selke will go to Leon Draisaitl. I think I finally decided to call it a career as the general manager of UConn in the PHL. We won a Stanley Cup. That was my main goal. We got it done. If you guys did enjoy the video, make sure you drop a like and subscribe to the channel. Thank you all for watching, and always remember, don't be silly. Wrap your willy.